Okay, let's be real. TikTok thinks it can solve all your money problems. Stash cash into envelopes. Sell your old socks. Day trade stocks while you brush your teeth. And me? I'm just here, eating leftover pizza, wondering, does any of this actually work? So I did it. I let TikTok run my finances for 30 days. Every viral money hack, every get-rich-quick trend, every questionable tip that made me say, wait, is this even legal? I tried it all. Some of it worked, some of it backfired, and one genius hack almost got me the worst. But hey, for science, right? Let's start at the beginning. Hi, I'm Arya. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a person. A person who's tired of budgeting apps that shame me for buying coffee. A person who's seen too many ads about passive income while I'm scrolling in my pajamas. So when TikTok said, ditch your bank account and live off cash envelopes, I thought, why not? What's the worst that could happen? A lot. For 30 days, I followed every piece of viral money advice I could find. Cash stuffing, no spend days, selling my old junk online, side hustles that made me question my life choices, and yes, even day trading, which I still don't fully understand. By day 3, I was hiding cash in my sock drawer. By day 7, I was crying over a latte I wasn't allowed to buy. And by day 10, let's just say things got weird. But here's what TikTok won't show you. Panic when your rent money is tied up in envelopes labeled groceries and fun money. The guilt when you cave and buy a coffee on a no-spend day. The sheer confusion when someone actually buys your expired lipstick online. And the moment you realize, maybe the internet doesn't know everything about your life. Stick around, because this isn't just a story about money. It's about what happens when you trust a 15-second video more than your own common sense. It's about the wins, the fails, and the lessons I learned the hard way. Like, why day trading is basically gambling, but with less fun. Why selling your old stuff is genius until you miss your favorite sweater. And why cash stuffing works, unless you forget where you hid the cash. And that divorce thing? Let's just say, never let TikTok convince you to invest your partner's savings in a cryptocurrency that has any sort of a veggie in their name. Ready to see which hacks actually worked? And which ones left me sobbing in my car at the parking lot? Let's go. So, after that intro, you're probably wondering, how bad could it really get? Let me explain. TikTok money hacks fall into two categories. Ones that sound kinda smart, and the ones that sound like they're invented by a guy who's never paid a bill in his life. My job? To try both. First step, picking the hacks. I scrolled for hours. And let me tell you, TikTok's algorithm is relentless. Once you watch one video about cash stuffing, it's like the app thinks you're a billionaire with a money laundering problem. But I narrowed it down to 4 fan favorites that kept popping up. Cash stuffing. You know, the one where you stuff physical cash into envelopes labeled rent, groceries, fun money. And then apparently never accidentally spend your rent money on takeout. TikTok says this forces you to budget. I say it forces you to become a squirrel hiding nuts for winter. No spend days. The rule? Pick days where you spend $0. No coffee, no snacks, no impulse buys. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. I'm the kind of person who buys a scented candle at 11 p.m. because the ad said it healed my inner child. This was gonna hurt. Selling my junk online. TikTok made it look so easy. Post a blurry photo of your old jeans and boom, $50 richer. I had visions of funding my retirement with expired makeup and mismatched socks. But deep down, I knew the truth. My closet is 90% regret and 10% lint. Day trading crypto. Ah, the piece de résistance. TikTok made it sound like buying crypto was as easy as ordering fries. Just follow these charts, they said. Invest in these hot coins, they said. Meanwhile, I don't even really know what the blockchain is. But hey, how hard could it be? Here's the thing. TikTok loves extremes. Nobody's out here saying, hey, maybe save 10% of your paycheck. No, it's all quit your job and sell you socks or become a crypto market genius in 24 hours. So I went all in. I printed budgeting sheets. I downloaded the crypto apps. I even made a spreadsheet titled Get Rich or Cry Trying. But I had rules, sort of. I'd follow each hack exactly as TikTok said. No cheating. Track every dollar saved, earned, or lit it on fire. And most importantly, don't let my partner find out about the day trading thing. By the end of day 1, I'd already broken 2 pens out of stress, labeled 6 envelopes other because I ran out of ideas, and panic sold a pair of shoes I still kinda liked. But the real chaos didn't start until week 1. Spoiler, the envelopes were just the beginning. Week 1 started strong. Or delusional, depending on who you ask. Let's break it down. First hack, cash stuffing. TikTok made this look so satisfying. You take your paycheck, turn it into cash, and stuff it into cute little envelopes labeled bills, groceries, fun money. Genius, right? Wrong. ATMs don't just hand out $1,000 in small bills. At least not where I live. So I had to go to the bank teller and beg for $1,000 in $5 and $10 bills. Like I was planning a middle school bake sale. Second problem. Cash is terrifying to carry around. I felt like a cartoon villain hiding loot. By day 2, I'd stash envelopes in my sock drawer, under the couch, and yes, in the freezer. Why? Because TikTok said, out of sight, out of mind. My partner found the grocery money next to the ice cream and said, are we budgeting or funding a heist? But here's the thing, it kinda worked. Physically seeing the cash made me spend less. I skipped takeout because handing over $40 in $5 bills felt like lighting a bonfire. I saved $250 that week, but also developed a paranoid habit of checking the freezer every 10 minutes. Second hack, no spending days. The rule, pick 2 days a week where you spend nothing. No coffee, no snacks, no, oops, I need this $5 phone case. I'm a caffeine addict, so this was my villain origin story. Day 1, easy. Day 2, I stared at the latte like it was the holy grail. Day 3, I caved and bought the coffee. Then felt so guilty that I sent my partner $5 with the note emotional damage. The TikTok gurus don't tell you how boring not spending is. I rearranged my pantry for fun. I deep cleaned the house. I texted my mom twice, but I also saved $50 and learned that my willpower dies slowly at 3 p.m. By day 7, I was cash stuffing, no spending zombie. My partner joked, if you mention envelopes one more time, I'm filing for divorce. Note, this is a joke, we're fine, mostly. But then I stumbled on hack number 3, selling my junk online. TikTok promised quick cash. I had a closet full of regret. How hard could it be? Spoiler, very. But that was next week's problem. Week 2 was all about hustle. And by hustle, I mean desperately trying to sell things nobody should ever buy. Let's dive in. Hack 3, selling my junk online. TikTok made this sound like a fairy tale. Post a photo, wait for cash, retire early. Reality? I spent 3 hours taking pictures of a stained coffee maker while my dog judged me. The caption, gently used, great for making coffee, I guess? But here's the wild part. People bought it. Not just a coffee maker. My expired lipstick. Yes, really. A sweater with a hole that I called ventilation technology, and a cookbook I'd never opened titled 101 Ways to Cook Kale. Spoiler, there are 0 ways to make kale exciting. I made $150 in a week, but lost a piece of my soul with every sale. Side hustle overload. TikTok says, why have one side hustle when you can have 5? So I took a few shifts as a part-time grocery deliverer, dog walker, and a babysitter. Highlights. A golden retriever dragged me through a park like I was a chew toy. A toddler threw spaghetti at my face and called me the bad guy. I delivered sushi to a guy who tipped me with $2 and said, "You're my hero." I earned $200, but also questioned capitalism. The crypto adventure. Then came the real TikTok advice. Invest in crypto. It's basically free money. Now, I know nothing about crypto, but TikTok said a coin called Potato Coin was the next Bitcoin. Because potatoes? I dropped $20 into it as a joke. By day 3, Potato Coin jumped 300%. I felt like a genius. My partner said, "Is this a real thing?" I said, "Hold, baby." By day 5, it crashed to 50 cents. My partner asked, "Are we rich?" And I pretended like I did not hear that. The low point. After selling half my closet and babysitting a demon child, I realized TikTok's hustle culture is just glorified burnout. Sure, I made $350 this week, but I also cried in my car after a dog ate my sandwich. The controversy no one talks about. TikTok glorifies hustles that turn you into a sleep-deprived maniac. No one mentions the taxes, the guilt of selling sentimental junk, or the existence dread of checking crypto prices at 2 a.m. But hey, at least I learned something. If you ever see a coin named after a vegetable, run. Just wait until week 3, where I try more crypto and accidentally sell something I shouldn't. By week 3, I hit a breaking point. TikTok's advice wasn't just questionable, it started to feel like a bad relationship. Let's talk about crypto confusion, budget burnout, and why common sense beats viral trends every time. The crypto experiment round 2. TikTok kept pushing crypto like it was the answer to everything. Videos screamed, "Skip coffee, buy crypto," so I threw in $50, not my life savings, just enough to test the hype. Here's the breakdown. Bitcoin. Bought $25, it went up 2%, then down 1%. Basically, my money took a nap. Mooncoin. TikTok swore this coin would explode. It dropped 30% in a week. Turns out, moon meant crash into the ocean. Crypto is not a hack. It's a roller coaster TikTok makes look easy. The grocery budget disaster. Next up, TikTok's slash your grocery bill hack. Plan: replace fresh food with canned beans, frozen veggies, and sadness. Day 1. My partner opened the fridge. "Where's the cheese?" Me. "We are prioritizing financial health over joy now." He. "Eating dry cereal. Cool. By day 4, we cracked and ordered pizza. The bill? $35. My partner said, "So we saved $15 on groceries, but spent $35 on pizza." Math. The side hustle grind. TikTok's next gem. Make $500 a week reselling thrift store finds. I spent hours at Goodwill, bought a $10 lamp, and sold it for $25. Profit, $15. Minus gas and time? Let's just say I made a negative dollars per hour. The real problem with TikTok advice. It's all do this one trick. No one mentions crypto isn't a shortcut. It's risky, and 99% of us aren't day trading experts. Budget hacks only work if they're realistic. Living off lentils? Great if you're a monk. Not so great if you like food. Side hustles take time. TikTok makes it look easy because they're not showing the 10 failed attempts before a video goes viral. When I explained my $50 crypto loss, my partner said, "So we are out one fancy dinner?" I said, "Yes, but now I get to say I invested in blockchain." The big takeaway. TikTok simplifies money into bite-sized hacks. Real life? It's messy. Saving $5 a week adds up. Risky bets usually lose. And no one gets rich selling old lamps unless they're secretly haunted. Week 4. The home stretch. By this point, I was tired, slightly wiser, and down one perfectly good coffee maker. RIP. Let's break down the final wins, fails, and the real cost of trusting TikTok. The last TikTok hack. Extreme couponing. TikTok made couponing look like a superhero montage. Save 90%, get free shampoo, become a legend. I spent 4 hours cutting coupons, signing up for apps, and stalking sales. The haul? 12 cans of soup, expiring in 2 weeks. A lifetime supply of toothpaste. My partner, we have 3 drawers of this. Why? A 25-cent candy bar, the real win. Total savings $45. Total time wasted, a workday's salary. My partner said, so we lost money, but gained enough toothpaste for the entire neighborhood? The final numbers. After 30 days of chaos. Saved $300. Cash stuffing plus no spend days. Earned $180. Selling junk plus side hustles. Lost $57. Crypto plus couponing time plus pizza bailouts. Sanity, priceless, but heavily damaged. The real controversy. TikTok's advice has 2 speeds. Too basic to matter or too risky to try. Want to save $5? Put coins in a jar. Want to get rich? Risk your rent money on crypto. No one talks about the middle ground, like actually budgeting or building emergency savings. When I showed my partner the final tally, he said, so TikTok basically paid for half of car payment? I said, yes, but I also learned 12 ways to store cash in frozen vegetables. He replied, let's never speak of this again. What actually worked? Cash stuffing. Forces you to see your spending, just don't hide it in the fridge. Selling junk. Easy cash, but only if you're okay with strangers owning your secrets. IP 2014 prom dress. No spend days. Made me creative and weirdly good at free hobbies. Shout out to Sidewalk Chalk Art. What flopped hard? Crypto. Unless you're a Wall Street wolf or a meme-loving hamster, skip it. Side hustles. Most pay less than minimum wage. Babysit, sure. Sell your soul for $3. Pass. TikTok gurus. The only people getting rich are the ones selling you the advice. The big lesson. TikTok money hacks are like fad diets. Some are fine, most leave you hangry. And the ones promising overnight success, they're just selling you a dream. And your wallet's the casualty. Final takeaway. If you want to save money, start small. Track your spending. Sell stuff you truly don't need. And never, ever let an app tell you to put your savings in cryptocurrency named after a vegetable. Conclusion. The experience over. My freezer is empty, of cash at least. My phone is finally free of get rich now videos. And me, I'm $180 richer, slightly traumatized, and armed with enough life lessons to write a book titled Don't Do What I Did. Let's wrap this up. The good, the bad, and the why did I think this was okay. Cash stuffing. Saved me $250. Also turned me into a person who whispers the envelopes in the cereal box, like a spy. Verdict? Keep, but chill with the hiding spots. No spend days. Saved $50. Also made me realize I'd sell my soul for a latte. Verdict? Use sparingly, like glitter. Selling junk. Made $180. Also forced me to confront my hoarder past. Why did I own 3 salad spinners? Verdict. Do it, but maybe keep the toaster. Crypto. Lost $50. Gained a lifelong distrust of coins named after food. Verdict? Leave it to the hamsters. The real TikTok villain. It's not the advice, it's the absolutes. Never use a bank again. Always invest in crypto. Money isn't one size fits all. What works for a 19-year-old influencer who's probably sponsored won't work for someone with bills, a partner, and a crippling Target addiction. The controversy no one's talking about. TikTok profits from your insecurity. Every I got rich in a week video is a dopamine hit designed to make you feel behind. But here's the truth. Most of us aren't failing. We are just not posting our boring, normal wins, like saving $20 a week or finally paying off a credit card. The biggest lesson. Money isn't a viral trend. It's slow. It's messy. It's yours. TikTok hacks can be tools, but they're not magic. And if a hack requires hiding money in frozen peas, it's probably not a hack. It's a cry for help. If you enjoyed watching me turn my life into a financial dumpster fire, subscribe. I'll teach you how to save money without bribing your partner with a pizza to stay married. Bye!